following special program is transcribed.
To every American, George Gershwin's music has a particular personal meaning. He was our great folk musician. He caught his inspiration from our energy, our nervousness, our imagination, our youth, and our strength. His musical personality was forceful enough to raise the level of taste that existed before him.
This is Biography in Sound. Our subject tonight, the serious George Gershwin. Our host, the famous music composer and motion picture producer, Arthur Schwartz. Also to tell you about George Gershwin as they knew him will be Irving Berlin, Paul Whiteman, Irving Caesar, Fred Astaire, Todd Duncan, and Ira Gershwin. Now, here is Arthur Schwartz.
I wanted to meet George Gershwin long before I finally managed to. For years, he was pouring delicious melodies into Broadway scores, while I was skipping college classes to try my luck at the unyielding keys of the recreation hall piano. These frustrating attempts at composition would frequently end with an angry abandonment of my own futile search and a fierce pianistic switch to the latest Gershwin gems, which I would play with easily as much envy as admiration. By the time I did get acquainted with George in 1925, he was an international figure, and I was a practicing lawyer with furtive musical hopes. We became friends. I was eager to learn all about his childhood and early musical development. It was fascinating. As Ira Gershwin, his brother, recalls,
"We were 4 children. I was the oldest and was born in Manhattan. 20 months later, George was born in Brooklyn. Then came Brother Arthur, and finally the youngest, my sister Frances. We never stayed in one location very long, and I counted that up to 1916, we had lived in 28 different places, most of them in Manhattan. We were living in an apartment on 2nd Avenue and 7th Street around 1910, when my parents felt they could afford to buy an upright piano on which I was to take lessons. My Aunt Kate played the piano somewhat, and she had given me some lessons which had brought me up to page 32 of Meyer's exercises. So naturally, when our own piano was hoisted through the window into the front room, it was expected that I was the one who would continue taking lessons, but this time under a regular teacher. No sooner was the precise look...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?